Hey everybody, back again. It's been about a month since I did a slapped ham video, so I'm thinking today do something special. I'm gonna put a couple of his videos together and go from there, because sometimes short videos added together, making longer videos, works better. And yes, I did shave. Not intentionally. I don't know if you guys can tell anything here. I was doing some minor fabricating, and I'm trying to bend some rings. It's flat stock that I have, and I'm trying to make it into some rings and weld it up. And I was cutting it with my oxypropane torch, but had my goggles on, had my respirator on, and I was cutting through, but I didn't know, or I didn't realize at least, that the fitting wasn't quite on there tight enough. It had worked loose with me, switching right and left hand and hanging it up and taking it down and re-sparking. And as I was cutting, spark hit the escaping gas and set my face on fire a little bit. So I have some minor skin irritation. I do have some singeing up here, but luckily I was able to slap the shit out of myself and get it to go out, except for, I had to shave, because, having this entire half burned and then this half not burned, it really looked weird. So, shit happens. It really does. Luckily, even this incident really didn't put me down too much. But what we're going to start out with is this first one: scary videos equal no sleep.
You're about to see some of the scariest videos floating around the internet.
I'll be the judge of that. Come on, pork chop.
TikToker Browndown Caster claims that when his dad was younger, he played with a Ouija board, and since then...
Anybody that's been through the 70s and 80s, they've played with a Ouija board.
...and has felt as though he's being followed. He has supposedly experienced paranormal events before, but has never caught anything on camera, perhaps until now. In the video, we see the poster's dad climbing out of bed as though a sound in another room has caught his attention.
Seems like a video that
Take
I've
a look
seen
at what
before.
He sees on the other side of the door.
Yeah, the kid's head.
As he scans the darkened room, he notices a ghoulish face that seems to be watching him from around the corner. But when he looks around the corner, there's no one to be seen anywhere. He hurriedly pans the camera around the room, but soon attempts to return to the safety of his bedroom. And watch what happens. The video abruptly ends, leaving us with unanswered questions. The video serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers of misusing Ouija boards.
Well, for starters, you've got this entire length of windows here, and then there's a window in the kitchen area there. So anybody could really be holding like a styrofoam head through the window, hold it around the corner, and then he does the reaction, they pull it back, and then they just kind of like brush the curtains to keep them, steady. And then he walks out and nothing's there. Also, I believe I've seen this one before, and that's why I knew the head was going to be there. And it wasn't a kid bringing the thing to his dad. This was originally a guy that just moved out of his parents' house and stuff. So, there's multiple backstories to it. So it's really hard to believe.
This video was uploaded to Reddit by user Appalachia Queen. Take a look.
Yeah, the ghosting.
The footage, which comes from the poster's in-home security camera, appears to show a ghostly-looking figure.
Now, it's pointing out this motion here, but if you look right there, that is a fan. That's a fan, and it's moving, it's oscillating, but every now and then, the fan itself oscillates and goes invisible and looks just like this figure moving. Here, we'll see as it
The
turns,
footage, which comes from the poster's
does it
in-home
again.
security camera, appears to show a ghostly-looking figure.
See? Watch. See, it oscillates, but then it
It's at
goes...
a time when there was no one else in the house.
My best guess, because whatever
Ghostly
it
look.
is...
Take a look.
Yeah, whatever it is casting a shadow. Like... Okay, so see this light on the wall? That's light coming from outside. It gets blocked there, but it shows up right here. So this is an actual person walking through the house, but the camera's not picking them up correctly because of the color they're wearing and because of how fast they're moving.
The footage, which comes from the poster's in-home security camera, appears to show The poster says that the clip has their roommate convinced that the figure is her mother. They go on to note that at one point you can make out what looks like glasses, which their roommate's mother was known to wear. When asked by one viewer if they had experienced anything else unusual in the house, the poster said they hadn't, but added that their roommate's mother died a few months ago, and this had them wondering if she hadn't crossed over yet. While the footage does indeed seem to show a figure, the question now is it really something paranormal or just a glitch in the camera?
Who is he talking to?
Recently, social media has been flooded.
Yeah, this guy saying he was talking to a woman and explaining something to her, and then people are like, nobody was there.
With a spate of videos purporting to show security personnel talking to people who aren't there. Take a look at this one, uploaded to the TikTok account, Paranormal Ghosts Spooky.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
We see the security guard on a monitor, moving as though they're interacting with an invisible person.
Dispatch to 329.
329, go ahead.
After several seconds, a female voice from the control room asks the guard who he's talking to. He replies saying that it's a lady by the name of Miss Abigail, who he had seen walking by the door, and that she's there to speak to a Mr. Griffin.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a elderly lady. I saw her walking by the door, and she said she's looking for Mr. Griffin. Her name is Miss Abigail.
The control room officer then informs the guard that the lady he's talking to actually passed away 2 years prior. Confused, the guard then asks the control room if they can see the woman, to which the voice replies, "No, there's nobody in front of you at all."
You mean you can't see the person I'm talking to?
No, there's nobody in front of you at all.
Suddenly, the guard's demeanor changes and he runs from the scene. So was it really a ghost he was talking to? In this next video, we see yet another similar situation. A guard.
Yeah, see, now, his thing where he's like, you don't see the person right in front of me, that kind of tells me that maybe it's planned, like they wanted to do something to spook people. But then again, it is something that I've had personal things like that go on, like working at a specific facility and speaking to somebody, and then them leaving the room, and then like I'd been gone for 2 weeks due to pneumonia, came back, and I was talking to somebody, they had left, and then another coworker had come in, and I was like, yeah, so-and-so told me that this happened the other day, and they're like, that person, they died the day before that happened. Didn't you read the memo? And it's like, yeah, some weird shit happens sometimes. Now, keep in mind, I was working at a facility that was literally in a cemetery next to the crematorium.
Guard is supposedly engaged in a conversation with an elderly woman who needed some help.
See,
The guard continues his odd behaviour for some time before he appears to speak with someone on his radio device. Then, just like the previous video, the guard, as though he's just been informed that there's no one there, runs from the area.
Yeah, see.
So what's going on?
Like this, 2 videos almost identical. Almost identical. So, I mean, one happened at one time and then one happened at the other time, but they're both the exact same thing.
On in these bizarre videos? Are these security guards really engaging with ghosts? Or are they just a series of well-crafted hoaxes on some late-night shifts? Let me know what you think's going on in the comments down below.
More than likely hoax. Move my tattoo kid out of here. Now, I know in one of my previous videos I said don't do tattoos at home. Well, I'm technically the exception because my home is a medical facility, and where I do my tattooing is a medical room with, you know, antiseptics, and it's so damn clean. You can do blood work there without getting contamination, and I use specific stuff like a septi-sterile and autoclaves and all that stuff. So, you know, don't do it in your kitchen, especially next to a dinner table or a garbage can with, you know, food and stuff on the counter.
This next creepy video was uploaded to the TikTok account Balls Pit. Take a look what it shows. The footage shows Jose, a co-worker of the uploader, attempting to move a large reel.
Yeah, he was off screen and it's starting to roll, and he's like, come on, yeah, bring it back, and they're like, who are you talking to? And he's like, oh, so-and-so. And then they're like, so-and-so died. And then he's like, really, what? And then he walks, like, okay, this is another hoax. Like, you get a good downhill kind of slope, like, even if it's 1%, just a little bit, and then you pull something, then it'll start to roll, and it will keep that momentum for a little bit. And that's all this is. It's just another hoax.
Supposedly, Jose had asked another worker who he had never met before to help him move the large reel. However, when Jose went to thank the man, there was no one there.
And those things are actually pretty easy to roll.
Confused, Jose asked his foreman, "Where's that guy who helped me move the reel?" The foreman then led Jose to a room where the company keeps photos of past and present employees on a wall. Jose looked at the photos and soon identified Alan Lopez, a man who had died in a trucking accident 8 years prior. After the original clip of the incident went viral, the OP made a follow-up video addressing the idea some had that the reel might have been pushed by a person or persons who quickly jumped out of frame.
Absolutely no way that nobody could have pushed it in. Even if they try to push it in, it's physically impossible to be able to jump out the shot that quick.
The OP provided a wider camera angle of the event, noting it wouldn't be possible to push the object without being seen by the camera.
There's Jose. There's the wheel.
Yeah, it's moving at the same clip.
Nobody's there pushing it.
It's still moving, and then
How is it
stops.
possible? How can someone push it?
The incident has understandably stirred up curiosity among the paranormal community, as netizens continue to debate what the video really shows. So what do you think? Does the footage and Jose's...
Yeah. Growing up in the Midwest, Wisconsin, you know, these things were everywhere. We had spools like this outside of our house. We had like 5 or 6 of them. My dad got them from work because he worked at a paper mill, and they had all kinds of stuff that had to go on big spools like this, and we had them all over the yard. And me being, 7, 8 at the time, I could tip one of these up, empty, of course, and push it around the yard with ease, even through dirt and grass and rocks and lumps and stuff. These things roll exceptionally well. And all you have to do is get a little bit of momentum, walk around it, and then walk slowly until it runs out of momentum. That's all it is.
story ring true, or is there another way to explain this bizarre incident? Love to hear your theories on this one down below.
Kitty.
In a fascinating reveal over on our official Slaptam community on Facebook, Sarah Sonia shared a series of eerie photographs taken during a nocturnal visit to a local park. Known for her late night strolls with her cat, Sarah chose the quiet of midnight to
That's
avoid
not a
the
cat,
daytime
that's a
crowd
kitty.
and their other pets. On one such night, while preparing to let her cat out at a secluded picnic table, she felt a compelling urge to capture the moment on camera, despite, or perhaps because of, a persistent sense that the park was haunted. The photographs remain untouched for 2 years until a recent review brought an unexpected discovery. Hidden within the shadows of the second image, an obscure figure can be discerned, emerging only upon closer inspection. Sarah now wonders if what she captured was a mere trick of the light, or something more spectral, a question she posed to her fellow community members on Facebook.
Okay, so she admits that she took the photos, then just left them. And then this is just misremembering. she misremembers the situation. She goes, nobody was there. She took pictures, but then she goes, oh, somebody is in this photo after a long period of not seeing the photos or looking at them. This is just misremembering. Somebody was there, they walked through, they were in a photo. It's not paranormal.
Facebook. This mysterious sighting adds another layer to the chilling ambience of the park, intensifying the ghostly lore surrounding these late-night escapades. But is the figure something supernatural, or perhaps just another person who was also out for a late-night stroll? There are many old pubs and bars in the world that are thought to be haunted. Whether it's their vintage decor and yesteryear feel, or perhaps the history of a horrible accident that occurred on the premises, these places are often considered favourites of supernatural enthusiasts.
Or the bottle getting
Uploaded to
pulled out of
Reddit by user prestigiousfood804, this next video might just show an example of paranormal activity occurring in a remote pub in northern England. Take a look.
Yeah, glass.
Watching that again, shortly into the clip, a glass suddenly falls off the...
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, this one.
While there's very little accompanying information alongside the video, a few astute viewers have noticed something suspicious about it. If you look closely at the timestamp on the top left-hand corner, it jumps from 14:04:29 to 14:04:39, just as the glass is seen falling off the countertop.
Yeah. See, that's one of the things that, you know, yeah, because that's one of the things I was looking at was there is that, like it's there 29, and then there's it falling at 39. Now here's the thing. I have surveillance cameras. I have 360-degree view of my entire home. There's cameras everywhere. Now, if I record an image on my camera, if I download it and do the recording of it, if I press record and record for say 20 seconds, what will happen is it will show the first 2 to 3 seconds, and then it'll jump 10 to 15 seconds, because I've got videos where you could see a truck pulling through and then all of a sudden the truck's over here, and that has to do with the recording and saving feature on some systems. Now, does that tell me that this was a real thing or a fake thing? No. What it does tell me is that what they did was this was an actual saved video. There was a saved video on a system. What I'll do real quick here is, let's see. I'll open up here, go to my side yard here, and I will do quick recording. I'm only going to record for a couple seconds or so, and I'll see what comes about. Let's see. how this turns out, because sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. So I've really got to I don't know how this, if this is gonna show up on camera at all, but there's a timestamp. There's a timestamp up there. But as I go through the timestamp, I started at 9:21:07, or 9:21:07, and then as I go through, it gets to 9 and then jumps to 15. So I lose 5-6 seconds of video there. Let's see. Now this was the house fire in the backyard. Yeah. The house fire in the backyard. This was the neighbor's house burning down. It goes from 4 to 15. 4, 15. 4, 15. But yeah, that was the neighbor's house catching fire. Let's see. Neighbor's house catching fire. But yeah, it all depends on the camera system. So I mean, that's just two of my experience. Like one video, I'm losing like almost 11 seconds. One video, I'm losing 5-6 seconds or whatever. So 10 seconds isn't that big of a deal, like especially with how close it is to the beginning of the video. So I'm not seeing anything anywhere else that could lead it to, fakery, because there's no glitches or issues anywhere here that would cause that. So I really can't say that it is fake, but it is not a normal thing.
So it seems that this incident might not be the result of a restless spirit after all, but rather a playful prankster who tried to slip one past the paranormal community. Coming up in our last segment in just a few seconds, we take a look at some chilling roadside footage that may show a ghost. But before we do, remember to notes. The accompanying description, the driver and his friend were on their way to an old village located at the end of a mountain drive. The road they were on is supposedly haunted, with many ghostly stories of figures appearing along the roadside. Even the driver himself claims to have seen scary things in the past. The pair continue to make their way along the winding road. We'll watch what happens next. A figure wearing what appears to be a long red dress or cloak is...
Yeah, I mean... I don't think that's a lady.
down the opposite side of the road.
Yeah, I don't think that's a lady.
If you take a closer look, it actually appears to have no face. Eerie roadside encounters like this have become a staple of paranormal lore across cultures. These spectral sightings often involve...
Yeah, woman in white, woman in red, woman in gray, woman in black. It's always a woman, and it's always in, a specific period dress, the doily shit. And they're like, oh, the husband was supposed to come back, and she was up on the widow's thing, and she leapt to her death, or she went to the edge of the cliff and threw herself in because her husband died at sea. And it's always the same thing every time.
Apparitions that appear suddenly in the beams of car headlights only to vanish just as quickly, leaving drivers bewildered and sometimes frightened. Such ghosts are frequently said to be the spirits of those who met untimely ends in accidents on these very stretches of road. The stories vary from phantom hitchhikers seeking a ride to their final resting place, to eerie figures who dart across the road, leading to tales of cursed highways. These roadside spirits not only contribute to local myths, but also serve as a chilling reminder of the tragic events that once occurred there. So is this mysterious figure really a roadside spirit? Watch it again, and let me know what you think down below. Have you ever heard the story of the mysterious apparitions of Our Lady of Zaytun?
God dang. Oof. Yeah. They suggested this stuff for this stuff, and good God, that burns. Oh man, that burns. Oh man. God damn. I've got freaking my goosebumps like crazy. God dang. I mean, freaking goosebumps. Oh, that burns. Oh. God dang.
We took a deep dive on this fascinating case over on our second channel, Slaptham Mysteries.
In the moonlit hours of an April evening in 1968, the bustling streets of Zaytun, a suburb of Cairo, were abruptly hushed by an otherworldly spectacle that would captivate the world. As if emerging from the mists of myth, ethereal figures began to materialize above the domes of the Virgin Mary Church, shrouded in a luminous aura that defied explanation. This supernatural visitation, witnessed by thousands over the course of 3 years, would come to be known as the apparitions of Our Lady of Zaytun, a profound enigma that would challenge skeptics, confound scientists, and ignite the fervent faith of believers across the globe. This is the unveiling of the mysterious apparitions of Our Lady of Zaytun.
If you want to get the lowdown on this,
Okay, that's interesting, but I could care less. So, that's video 1. Next one. Let's do cave monster. Don't care. Let's do this one.
You're about to see some of the scariest videos floating around the internet. Let's check them out.
I don't know. A lot of these aren't scary. I mean, I saw a video with these two lovely women sharing a cup, and then there was this other video of a guy with a jar. So, when it comes to scary, I've seen it all.
For several years now, Candace Garner has believed that her home is haunted by a mysterious presence. It all started with small, unsettling occurrences, objects inexplicably moving from their places, orbs of light floating through the air, and an ever-present
That's just dust. Your AC kicks on, that's how dust looks.
eerie sensation of being watched. These strange events became so frequent and disturbing that Candace decided to take matters into her own hands by setting up cameras around her house in hopes of capturing evidence of the paranormal. The footage that Candace has collected over time is nothing short of hands by setting up cameras around her house in hopes of capturing evidence of the paranormal. Inexplicably moving from their places, orbs of light floating through the air, and an ever-present eerie sensation of being watched. These strange events
Like, I caught a glimpse of something here. I don't know if it's just a flicker in my screen or what.
Into her own hands by setting up cameras around her house in hopes of capturing evidence of the paranormal.
Okay, yeah, it was the... Because... Yeah, he did some kind of transition right there, see? See the outer edge of the frame here? Yeah, that's okay.
The footage that Candace
Now, where the hell did that thing come from? Okay, so her arms are down in the sink, I'm guessing. Yeah, her whole body moves. Yeah, her whole body moves the moment it is thrown or moves. Like she's down, but then she does this because she's throwing it, but trying to keep her arm underneath the counter so it can't be seen.
that Candace has collected over time is nothing short of chilling. In one clip taken during the day, her Wise home security system catches some eerie movement. In another piece of footage, orbs of light, often considered by some as spiritual,
That's dust. That is dust.
or supernatural phenomena can be seen drifting through the house.
Okay, so we'll go back to here. Okay, so this right here is the HVAC air inlet. The air goes in here. It goes in here, and then it gets sent out to parts of the house. Usually, they're usually mounted floor level or on the ceiling to draw air up, and then it's pushed out. This is the air vent. So when you get to this, all this air moving around this entire room, that's from the AC being on.
The house.
So you can see it's moving slowly, and then it picks up speed. And that's because the air is just kicked on, so the dust gets lifted, and then as the air in the room itself begins to speed up because of it being on, that's why you get that. Also, all of these light up in the
The
light
sheer number of
the air-
specks has
of
left
the
some viewers
infrared.
wondering if it's more than just dust.
Nope, it's just dust.
The situation takes a terrifying turn in this next clip, captured in the kitchen.
Oh.
The situation
Okay, it takes a terrible turn. Okay, so she's got a husband or something, because there's a picture of her kissing somebody. So that's probably a husband. Yeah, that's her. See, she pauses it just right. Because it's right there in her hand. And I want you to see the right here, right here on the stove here, you can see the shadow of her hand. Her arm is right here. It's right here. And you can see a slight reflection. You can see it right here, and you can see the shadow, and then you can see the shadow of her hand on the thing. So as she moves, then she turns around, and then her arm. Yeah.
Watching that again in slow motion, a knife suddenly flies through the air.
Yeah. So, in order for it to go from the knife thing to turned around next to her head, that blade would have to come out and flip lengthwise. The moment the blade is out of the block, it would have to spin around. And the way she has it paused to start playing, it bullshit.
The knife seems to move with deliberate force, not just a casual slip or fall, which suggests something more sinister might be at play. In the final clip, Candace and her partner are napping on the couch when something truly creepy starts to happen.
Yeah, she's laying down and she's gonna push with her arm.
Her leg is lifted into the air in an unnatural motion.
Help, 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 help! Help me! Help me! Help me! Get him off of me! Get him off of me! Get him off of me!
When she wakes up, she's understandably terrified.
Billy! Help me! Help me! Something grabbed my leg! Billy! Ah! God!
What exactly is happening in Candace's home? Could it really be haunted by a malevolent spirit or some other?
No, the only malevolent spirit there is her. She is a bullshit artist.
Paranormal force? The evidence she's gathered certainly points to something beyond the ordinary.
Help, 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 help! Help me! Help me! Help me! Get him off of me! Get him off of me! Get him off of me!
Do you want creepy clips in your
the
feed
dog.
every single day of the week? Then head on over and subscribe to our new channel, Slaptam Shorts. If you're keen, we'll put some links to the channel in the description box down below there. It's also pinned in the comments. TikTok user Fran Devil is convinced his home is haunted, and he's not alone in that belief. For several years now, he's been documenting the bizarre and eerie events that seem to plague his house, sharing them with his 140,000 plus followers who eagerly await each new post. The strange occurrences he's captured on camera have left viewers both fascinated and terrified as they try to piece together the mystery of what's happening in Fran Devil's home.
Yep.
In one of his earlier clips, while sitting in his kitchen, Fran Devil manages to capture something truly strange on camera. But the kitchen is far from the only area of the house experiencing strange activity. In another video, bizarre events unfold in the bathroom. Late one.
Right here. There's a line. I'm not talking about the grout line. It overlaps the toilet paper, and you can just barely make it out right here. Yep, there's another one. There's two lines. Wait. So. Yep, there it is. Right here. Second line here. We've got one line here. And then one line right here. I love having multiple monitors.
¿Qué cojones? En el nombre de Jesús te reprendo. Me cubro con la sangre de Cristo.
Yeah, between a couple frames, you can just barely make out the knot. Right there. Right there.
Late one night, Fran Devil is awoken by frantic knocking at his window. A mysterious figure can be seen standing in the distance.
That's the same figure from his other video, and all it is freaking Billy, the saw doll head thing. The thing, it's the saw doll with a cloak.
¿Qué mierda? ¿Qué es eso, tío?
The encounter left him deeply unsettled, and his followers.
Yeah, see how it's just. He's probably got it propped up on a broom or some shit.
Followers were equally spooked by the chilling footage. As the eerie events began to escalate, Fran Devil took further precautions by installing cameras in every room of his home. In one particularly frightening encounter, his young son becomes involved. The tension is palpable as Fran Devil's followers watch the incident unfold, knowing that something's deeply wrong inside of this house. One of the most unsettling moments comes from palpable as Fran.
Christmas 2024. So that's this year. This was done this year. And looks like recently too. Now let's see what this thing flying at him is a Christmas present to. Is that a super something? Oh, that's a punching bag and punching gloves, the boxing gloves. So it's nothing breakable. Yeah.
Something's deeply wrong inside of this house.
Yeah, he is strings, fly fishing strings. They're hard
One of
to
the most
see.
unsettling moments
See, there it is. There's the other doll that he has.
comes from a camera placed in Fran Devil's bedroom. In the darkness, the camera catches something eerie lurking in the shadows.
Yeah,
The shadows.
you know how you can tell when somebody's
One of the
faking being asleep? The number one tell when somebody's faking being asleep is their eyes are shut too tight. You don't sleep with your cheekbones winched up. Also, that eye is half open. Yeah.
Comes from a camera placed in Fran Devil's bedroom. In the darkness, the camera catches something eerie.
Yeah.
There are dozens more examples of the strange activity that Fran Devil has documented, and
You notice how all of the things that are sliding when he's recording is they're sliding at him. And he's got his kid involved, so it's more likely that his kid is in that costume or whatever, or moving stuff for him.
his followers pore over every clip, searching for clues and trying to make sense of the chilling mystery. So could this be the work of a restless spirit, as documented, and his followers pore over every clip, searching for clues and trying to make sense of the chilling mystery? So could this
The pull, the kid pull. Let's scrub back to that one, because
by installing cameras in every room of his home? In one particularly frightening encounter, his young son becomes involved.
jump cut right here. See? Also, look at the shadow, the dark part of the shadow behind the TV, and the shadow on the top of the wall. Right here on the door. He pulled his son off the bed. Like what tipped me off was when the kid came off the bed, he stepped over something. So his dad was laying down. His dad pulled him. He ran out of the room, yelled, "Papa!" The dad got up, walked out, turned back around, and ran in to the camera to show that he was outside. And then what he did was he cut that middle part out. Jump cut. This is how ghost hunters caught that thing. I think it was Queen Mary. I really do.
The tension is palpable as Fran Devil's followers watch the no stranger to tales of the supernatural. Billed as America's most haunted hotel, it's long been a magnet for ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and curious tourists.
If I was a millionaire, like big time millionaire, I wouldn't buy like a new fancy type of place. I'd buy a place that looks like that, because I'd rather live in a possibly haunted place that looks like that than something new with all this gaudy shit.
Among them was TikToker and mum of two amusing Angelina, who decided to spend a night in the infamous hotel to see if the ghostly rumours were true. During her stay, while sitting on the balcony of her room at 6 a.m. enjoying her morning coffee, Angelina begins to hear something strange. It sounds eerily like someone singing, yet there's no one else around.
Okay, so all the balconies are separated over here, like, but she's got this gate in hers. Now, it sounds close. It could be the next balcony below, but over a thing, or it could be somebody over there, but laying down.
She initially brushed it off, but the unnerving feeling lingered. To ensure she wasn't imagining things, Angelina uploaded a second version of the video, where she amplified the sound, removing all background noise. The result is chilling. It definitely sounds like someone singing, but the source remains a mystery.
Even with that edited out, like the background noise edited out, it's the voice is too close to the microphone, like it was dubbed in afterwards. Because the voice is too clear for it to be edited out with the sound clipper. There's too much, too clear, too tinny, too much where it sounds like it was in a room. A room with hard walls, and by hard walls I mean brick walls. When you're in a room with, sheetrock walls compared to block walls or wood walls, you get a more hard response on the vocals.
The Crescent Hotel's reputation as a haunted hotspot is well earned, with a history as rich as it is eerie. Built in 1886, the hotel has served many purposes over the years, from a luxury resort for the wealthy to a college for young women and even a dubious hospital.
Hey, I know that guy, he owes me money.
Run by Norman G. Baker, a man with no medical training who claimed to cure cancer. Baker's hospital left behind a legacy of pain and suffering, with many believing the spirits of those who died there still linger within the hotel's walls. One of the most famous ghost stories associated with the Crescent Hotel involves room 218, where an Irish stonemason named Michael supposedly fell to his death during construction. Guests who stay in this room often report seeing hands coming out of the bathroom mirror, hearing the cries of a falling man, and experiencing doors that open and slam shut all on their own. Michael's spirit is one of many said to haunt the hotel, with apparitions regularly spotted in the crystal dining room and around the rest of the property. Guests have also captured strange photos during their stays at the Crescent Hotel.
This is one of the ones that I
such
actually have
image
saved.
shows what appears to be a transparent face on a wall.
Let's see. It's
While another
bookmarked.
photo reveals a woman in a nightgown standing at the end of a hallway. The guest who took this photo insists there were...
Yeah, they insist nobody was there. But there is somebody there. There is a reflection. They do cast a shadow. So they are a corporeal being. They are, solid. And again, misremembering, you're looking for ghosts. So you take a picture. You bring a phone up, take a picture real quick. The person goes, "Oh, they're taking a picture," so they back away real quick. Like, I've had it before where I've brought up a camera, take photo, brought the camera down, thought I saw something, but nothing was there, and then I look at it, and then there's somebody there, and it was just somebody walked around the corner, stepped back because they thought they were ruining a shot. They did, but when you actually go to debunk things in hopes of not being able to do that, then you actually catch that in itself.
There was no one around at the time the photo was taken.
That's not a nightgown, that's an actual
The
dress.
hotel's ghost tours are a popular attraction, with visitors eager to experience the paranormal for themselves. The guide...
This is the place that Sam and Colby went with Call Me Chris, and then the chick that has the sleepwalking thing, and then says that she's a medium and that she can put herself in a trance and talk to ghosts and whatnot, which I think she's just full of shit, because she's just full of shit.
Who have countless stories of their own recount eerie encounters with guests who have witnessed unexplained phenomena, such as
like this
beds being
carpet.
mysteriously
I don't know
tucked in
why.
and Victorian-era apparitions.
Like, I don't know why I like this. I don't know if it's the color pattern or what, but I like that color. Wonder if I can
leading them to
find
their
that
rooms.
in a throw.
So could this old hotel really be haunted? With so many accounts of ghostly sightings, mysterious sounds, and eerie...
Walking while drinking and taking a photo. Is that Aquafina? That is. That's Aquafina. Not the water. The comedian. She was just in a movie. John Cena. Jackpot. That's Aquafina.
photos, it's hard to dismiss the possibility. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the Crescent Hotel offers an experience that's as fascinating as it is spine.
And the movie Jackpot with John Cena and Aquafina, it is a great movie. They could have done a little bit more, but it is funny. It really is. Action-packed and funny.
Mind-chilling, leaving visitors with stories they'll never forget. This next eerie clip comes from the YouTube channel Scarefix, and it's one that's left viewers thoroughly spooked. The original source of the footage remains a mystery, but what it shows is enough to send shivers down your spine. The clip begins with a man taking a late night stroll through his neighbourhood when he suddenly spots something unsettling happening at the local playground. There's no one else around. The entire playground is deserted, yet the equipment seems to be in full swing, as if invisible children are at play. So what do you think? Is there a rational explanation for what's happening in this playground?
Yeah, the swinging, that's kind of easy to debunk.
Could it be something otherworldly?
That spinning can be debunked. That spinning can be debunked. Those swinging can be debunked. I mean, especially when the swing itself is doing that wave swing. But that these don't have springs in them or anything, because you stand on this platform or sit on this platform, and your body weight is the weight that you're lifting. So that, and there's a video from India where these things are going crazy and the cops are there trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So I don't know.
Sticking with the eerie playground sightings, this next spine-chilling clip was uploaded by TikTok user Destination Weird, and it's left viewers scratching their heads. The video begins with a homeowner noticing something odd in the park opposite their apartment. One of the swings is moving back and forth, seemingly all by itself.
You know, the swing going back and forth by itself is odd, but if it was going up and down, then I'd be questioning things. Especially because it's slowing down.
The swing's unsettling motion catches the attention of a woman passing by.
And now it's...
The swing begins moving again, almost as if it has a mind of its own. The swing...
There it is. Do you guys see what I see? You guys see it? I hope you guys see it. Right here. Right here. See it? That's a good one. It's a good string. And then she's running and then jumps over the string and continues running.
Moments later, another passerby, a jogger
Almost
this
had.
time, sees the swing in motion once again.
And then you see somebody in the background over there.
Clearly spooked, he flees the area. The video has sparked a flurry of comments and theories. Some viewers speculate that it could just be a cleverly staged prank, while others believe there might be something more supernatural at play.
Wait.
The repeating of comments and theories.
Yeah, they get these. They keep adding these stupid filters, but every now and then you catch a glimpse of the fishing line, because this is an actual fishing line, because you can actually, it glistens in certain lights. It glistens right there, right in front of the swing, right in front of the swing, right here. So much easier on a big screen.
Be a cleverly staged prank, while others believe.
See, right there, even. See, I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, I'm looking at like a say a 6x10 here screen, and I can see it right there. It's right there. It's a nice little string.
Others believe there might be something more supernatural at play. The repeated, unexplained motion of the swing has led many to wonder if this could be evidence of a ghostly
Hell, even
prank, while others believe there might be something more supernatural at play. The repeated,
yeah, see, it starts to turn, like she's acting like she's not paying attention. And as she gets closer, she stays out of the line of the string. And you can see it. Yeah, I mean, that's... poorly edited.
hoax, or could there be something more unsettling behind the mysterious swing? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below.
Faker's got a fake.
Coming up in our last segment in just a few seconds, we take a deep dive into one of the greatest sports curses of all time. But before we do, remember to hit that. In the world of sports, few tales are as bizarre and enduring as the Curse of the Colonel, a legend that haunted Japan's Hanshin Tigers baseball team for nearly 4 decades. This peculiar urban legend began in 1985 and only found its resolution in 2023, when the Tigers finally broke free from the grip of superstition to claim their first championship in over 38 years. The story begins with the Hanshin Tigers' unexpected victory in the 1985 Japan Series, a triumph largely credited to their star American player Randy Bass. Fans of the underdog Tigers were euphoric and a massive celebration ensued in the Kansai region, particularly in Osaka. The most raucous of these celebrations took place at Ebisu Bridge in Dotonbori, where elated fans leapt into the canal to honour each player's name. But when it came time to celebrate Bass, who was distinctly American with a beard, a fan seized a plastic statue of Colonel Sanders, the mascot of KFC, from a nearby restaurant, and hurled it into the river as an effigy. What seemed like a harmless act of revelry would soon take on a darker significance. According to the urban legend, the spirit of Colonel Sanders, angered by the disrespect shown to his likeness, cursed the Hanshin Tigers. The curse was simple. The Tigers would not win another championship until the Colonel's statue was recovered from the river. The curse seemed all too real as the Tigers embarked on an 18-year streak of dismal performances, often finishing last or next to last in the league. Despite several attempts to locate and retrieve the Colonel's statue from the murky waters of Dotonbori, including diving expeditions and dredging operations, the statue remained elusive and the curse persisted. Even when the Tigers showed signs of resurgence in the 1990s and early 2000s, their efforts were ultimately thwarted, leaving fans convinced that the Colonel's curse was to blame for their misfortune. In 2003, the Tigers had a remarkable season, winning the Central League and raising hopes that the curse had finally been lifted. However, the joy was short-lived as they lost the Japan series to the Fukuoka Dai Hawks. The celebratory atmosphere in Osaka turned tragic when a young man, Masaya Shitababa, drowned in the canal during the post-game festivities, a stark reminder of the curse's ominous presence. Hope was rekindled in March of 2009 when divers unexpectedly discovered the long-lost statue of Colonel Sanders in the Dotonbori River. The statue was retrieved in pieces with its upper body, right hand and lower body recovered. Although the statue was missing its glasses and left hand, fans saw this as a sign that the curse might finally be lifted. The statue was restored with new glasses and a replacement hand and returned to KFC Japan. A cardboard cutout replica of the statue was even placed in a branch near Koshien Stadium during the Tigers' playoff run in 2023. After nearly 4 decades of waiting, the Hanshin Tigers broke the curse in 2023 by winning Game 7 of the Japan series. The victory ended the Tigers' 38-year championship drought.
Now, the Japanese culture relies heavily on superstition, and if you create a superstition and people begin to believe in it, they figured we suck because that statue is missing. Low morale can destroy your ability to do whatever you're trying to do well. I go into a lot of things. Like I go into welding and I go into woodworking and fiberglass work with the idea that I know that I'm bad at it now, but I'm going to get better. I don't go into it believing I suck because I'm cursed, and then everything I just blame for a curse, because then I'll be looking for reasons why I'm not doing well other than I need to better myself. This was them finding the statue, putting it back, and then going, you know what, now I can really try. I can really give it my all.
And fans once again gathered in Dotonbori to celebrate, this time throwing a fan cosplaying as Colonel Sanders into the river as a nod to the curse's origins. The final chapter of the curse was written on March 8, 2024, when KFC Japan held a burial ceremony for the recovered statue, citing difficulties in maintaining its condition. The curse of the Colonel had finally been laid to rest, leaving behind a legacy of superstition, hope, and the enduring spirit of baseball fans who never gave up on their team. The curse of the Colonel remains one of the most famous sports curses in history, often compared to the curse of the Bambino that plagued the Boston Red Sox. It's a reminder of how deeply sports can intertwine with culture, superstition, and the collective psyche of fans. While the curse may now be broken, its story will continue to be told for generations as a testament to the power of belief and the unpredictable nature of sports, and perhaps a chilling reminder of just how vindictive Colonel Sanders can truly be.
Well, that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good stuff. A lot of fakes, but, we can spot them. I'm trying to train more people. Into not just taking a video at its word and actually, looking at it. I mean, that kid, like when he jumped off, when he was pulled off the bed and he stepped out of the room, like I knew something was off with that. I knew something was off. And by going back and replaying it after they played it at the end clip, I could see he stepped over something and then the shadow changed. So it told me to look deeper. And then by looking deeper, I caught the blanket moving, the shadow change. And I mean, that's literally like a 5-minute split in time. Because the shadows, like that, the sun's coming in at a specific angle, and then all of a sudden it's at a new angle. Boom. Cut filming, stop motion. You almost had me, man. Not really. I knew the guy's full of shit because of his previous videos of him being full of shit. But again, we gotta keep our eyes open. You watch them, play them back, go back and forth. That's why I like doing it on the computer and on the TV, because I can scrub the screen. I can do the keys. Doing it on the phone kind of works, but the little slider, it's not like on a computer where I can control it by the second. So it is what it is. But enjoy your time, enjoy your week. Have a good one. Talk to you guys later.